Hi everyone, it's Margaret Manning here with 60andMe. Writing about the novel coronavirus COVID-19 is a very delicate balancing act. I don't want to cause any additional anxiety or fear, but at the same time, I really would love to present some facts. And I've got some ideas here for you, 3 ways that you can reduce the risk of coronavirus, and also some ideas that you may not have even thought about. Now, I am not a medical professional. I'm just another older woman who's trying to deal with this situation and to educate myself and to share with you the things that, that may help. We don't have control of this whole situation, of course, so we would like to talk about the things that we can control. And at first, I really didn't want to talk about it at all, but now that after getting dozens of letters from women in our 60andMe community, I really felt it was our responsibility to respond and to give you some ideas and to help you know and feel that you are not alone on this journey. We are here with you. We are going to be presenting over the next few weeks articles, videos, just ideas that things you can do when you're sitting at home, perhaps by yourself, how to deal with the anxiety, how to deal with the concern, and how to get educated. That's the most important thing right now. And so today I want to talk about just the basics, give you some ideas of, what the coronavirus is, give you some of the basic ideas to help you, to deal with the situation. So the World Health Organization, WHO, defines the coronavirus as a large family of viruses. They cause illnesses ranging from the very, simple common cold to more severe diseases like there's the Middle East Respiratory Syndrome, which was the MERS, M-E-R-S. That was the coronavirus, and also the severe acute respiratory syndrome, which was SARS, which again, another coronavirus. So we've experienced these before. We know what they are, but this one is novel. This one is new. So we're learning as we go. And the pace of investigation is being, really helped by technology, the speed of which we're trying to develop a vaccine and also offer advice that's very practical and useful. So this novel coronavirus is a new strain, and it's not been previously identified in human beings. So this is what gives it its unique character. So a bigger picture is developing, and it is very true that the mortality rate for this coronavirus is higher than the flu. This is not just another flu. Many people are also contagious with mild symptoms, so they don't even know they've got the coronavirus, and they're for several days and maybe even longer weeks carrying a contagious virus, but they don't know. So this is giving a little difficulty trying to locate people that have got the virus and give them help. So older adults, particularly those over 60 with underlying health concerns, that's important, are the ones that seem to be the most vulnerable right now. And of course, as I mentioned earlier, we're learning about this all the time. So many countries and governments around the world are educating us. They're telling us, just take it easy, take care. And if you're in that high risk age group or with any underlying health concerns, health issues, you are going to be in that danger zone for catching this virus. You may feel powerless. You may feel anxious. You may feel that you're alone. And trust me, you certainly are not alone in those feelings. But the good news is that there are some things that we can do. And there are some very simple things. And there are some other things that, as I said, you just may not have thought of these. Let's start with the very, very basics. Wash your hands. It's just like every mother tells their children from age 1, wash your hands, keep your hands clean. It's simple advice. But the secret here is to wash frequently and to wash properly. It's easy just to dip your hands under the water, wash your hands, and that's it. This really requires a little bit more thought. And all the health groups and the CDC in the United States, Center for Disease Control, and World Health Organization are just educating everybody. Just wash your hands more frequently, but do it right. And, of course, you're hearing the rule of the 20-second rule. You've got to wash your hands properly for 20 seconds. Now, it doesn't sound like a long time, but when you're doing it, it actually is. So, of course, the recommendations are to have a little bit of fun with this and sing a song. Happy birthday, I Will Survive, the Gloria Gaynor song. Do you remember that one? But the secret, of course, is to wash your hands, wash your thumbs, wash the tips of your fingers. It's just a really thorough washing. And so try singing, I Will Survive. Can you remember the words? I will survive. It's a really good song, but sing it out loud and just, try to smile. This is something positive that you're doing to prevent. And then, of course, when you've washed your hands, don't be putting your hands on your face. We do this even unconsciously. I do it all the time. So I've actually taken to just holding my hands together and just putting them on my lap when I'm typing. Don't put your fingers to your face, your nose or mouth. So happy birthday, singing, staying alive. This was by the Bee Gees. What's the other ones? Fever by Peggy Lee. I'm going to sing I Will Survive. And when I'm with my little grandson, Max, we always switch over to Happy Birthday. He thinks it's really funny. But, get kids started early on this. I mean, this is going to be just an ongoing challenge for us in our modern society. So get used to washing your hands properly. So basic. And use maybe a bacterial soap or something, but just good old plain soap is perfect. Just wash well and wash properly. Another second thing is to keep your distance in social situations. Now, I'm a really social person. I love going out. I love going into town. I love just sitting in cafes and just being in the world. But over the last few weeks, particularly because I live very close to Italy, I'm actually trying really hard to limit the amount, to not go on public transport at all, to walk. It's a good walk. A couple of miles is good for your health, as long as you're breathing fresh air and you're keeping some social distance. And that's the second point here, is if you're in a situation where you want to go shopping, you want to pick up your medical, your prescriptions, your medications, just stay, a couple of meters away from people. And this is just, for a simple reason that, as I said, people sometimes don't know they have the virus. And if you stay just well away from them, that's a really good idea. And of course, no physical contact. I mean, in Switzerland, it's the 3 kisses. In France, it's 2. UK, US, we're big huggers. Just don't do that for now. And there's other ways you can do this to acknowledge someone that I think are so powerful. And I actually want to make a suggestion. This is one that I think is really lovely, which, you can't hug. It's not good to kiss and touch, but just put your hand on your heart. Just look at someone from a distance, make eye contact if you can, and just put your hand there on your heart. And just to say to them, I'm with you, we're together. And you can do namaste, or you can do just to pray, like, hi, how are you doing? And, just make that gesture that you acknowledge, but you don't have to touch. You can actually tell so much more in a hand on heart or an eye contact. It's really powerful. So try that, see what you think. I know this is hard. I'm a big hugger, and hug yourself. Hug yourself. That's super important too. Just take care. So it's important to have support groups. We know this. But during this time, honestly, friends, you've got to just take care of yourself and keep a social distance. So that's the second thing. The third thing is to stock up on the basics. Now, I'm not saying that you need to go out and buy, 100 cans of baked beans and 80 rolls of toilet paper. Some people are getting a little panicky, and I think it's understandable. You just want control of the situation, and buying stuff to protect you just makes you feel better. But you don't have to do this. Some people are going over the top. However, a couple of weeks of extra food. I bought some tins of soup and rice, lentils, things that you would buy anyway. Just your stuff that you would use in your house, at any time. And of course, buy some soaps, antibacterial soap if you can, toilet paper, of course, batteries. Batteries is important, maybe a flashlight, ibuprofen, just a couple of over-the-counter medicines in case you have a headache or you just feel stressed. I mean, this is not a terribly easy time. And it's so easy to feel, under pressure. So I also asked my doctor for extra refills of my medication. So I have about 2 or 3 months now, I think, of just the basic medications. Nothing serious, of course, but it's good to have it to hand. This is a very fast-moving situation. And in the article, which you'll see below this this video, if you're watching it on the website, if you go back to the article on the website, you'll find all the links to the CDC and their recommendations for people who are at higher risk, women over 60, 65, and are not just women, but people, and the World Health Organization's article on the coronavirus information and guidance. And I think those 2 sites are particularly good. Also look on Facebook for your local groups, and also, just obviously online. is going to be such a help to us, not only for getting information, and try to find the sites like I just described that are balanced. You know, the news channels, and I mean, everyone's reporting it, I think, as best they can. Some are going to the extreme because that's what they do. That's how it works. But governments are recommending, the CDC, World Health Organization, just follow their guidance and try not to get emotionally involved. Just stay with the facts right now. And I'll talk in a minute about a couple more things that are kind of interesting to know. So in addition to the government's recommendations, here's a couple of things that I think about that, you know, they're just like, they're not medical advice. They're just simple, like it's not going to hurt you. So what's the harm in mentioning these things? And the first thing is sunlight. Did you know, it's incredible. I did not really realize this, that sunlight is a really great, kills bacteria and virus, even if it's coming through a window. And there's lots of research on this. We put a link in the article. It's Dr. William Schaffner. He's actually an infectious disease specialist, and he talks about the benefit of making sure you get some sunlight in. And if you can, I mean, if it's not sunny, then you can't do that. But whenever there's opportunity for sunlight, open the blinds, open the curtains, let it come in. It will help a little bit. And I'm going to enjoy more radiance in my life. I started off this year, 2020, saying this was my year of sparkle. And I want to sparkle even in the darkness. And let's do it. We can do this. I just think we're made for this. We're able to do this. And, enjoy more light and radiance. Good thing. Another thing, second thing that you might not know is humidity is good. And then again, in the article, there's several links to show that rooms with humidity of 40 to 60, relative humidity 40 to 60% are actually helping to kill bacteria. And, so I think there's a couple of things, sunlight and humidity. You might want to just buy a little humidifier and just keep your room humid. That will help. Every single thing to keep your body healthy. Now, the body. Good practice good hygiene, dental hygiene, as well as obviously washing your hands. And the reason for the dental hygiene is that they've done research on this, and there's all kinds of links in the article to keep that keeps bacteria and viruses out of your body. I mean, our skin is incredibly strong. It's like a fortress. It's really strong. And it takes a lot to get through the skin. But there are some places in our body, shouldn't touch, and eyes that are really dangerous places where germs can enter. And that's why the washing the hands and not touching your face is good. So again, brushing, flossing, dental hygiene is just as important. That's a very important place for germs to enter your body and your lungs. So the final thing here is that finding the golden mean and a balance and staying healthy in the time of the coronavirus is challenging. It's not just like the flu. I mean, I know there's a lot of comparisons on this, but we've got to take it seriously. Washing our hands, keeping some social distance, and stocking up on reasonable supplies in the home. These are typical. I mean, I know you're all nodding your head and saying, yeah, we know, Margaret, this is all pretty straightforward. We've read all this. But here's the deal. Look, we're in this together. Let's just chat. Let's just have some time together and, just know that we're here to support each other. So when you leave comments to this article, watch out for other people's comments. If someone's feeling a little nervous, give them a virtual hug. This is important that we take this to a different level, okay? 60andMe can do this with you. So we can't control everything, but we can control a lot. Don't give up on a sense of hopelessness. Don't feel there's no hope or feel overwhelmed if you can. Check out the CDC website if you're in the States or the WHO site. And you're going to be spending more time at home. Let's face it. We all are going to spend time by ourselves. You may just want to do that by choice, or you may be instructed because of your physical, mental, or your physical health situation. If you've got some underlying cause, best to stay in. Now, what's to do? Okay, well, I'm going to do lots of articles on these because we're going to have some fun together here over the next few weeks. I know it doesn't sound like a fun situation, but let's try to keep, a little uplifted. If you're home, I mean, I'm actually looking at it as like an opportunity. I've got a list of TED Talks. I've got an Udemy course that I'm taking, a MOOC, the online courses. I'm just watching lots of Netflix, silly things, funny things, some documentaries, just things I always wanted to when I didn't make the time. Knit, crochet, color. I love coloring books. Just do anything to keep you just busy, occupied. And of course, we have got our friends on 60andMe here. Check out our website often. Come visit, just hang out with us, and also use technology. You know, we've got FaceTime, WhatsApp, and Skype, of course, where you can just pick up the phone, turn on the video, and you're talking to someone. Just say, hey, friend, how are you doing? Can we have a cup of tea together? Let's just chat. And just make this a time that's full of opportunity to connect with friends, connect with yourself, do a life review, write a journal. Just take the time for yourself and feel okay. Stay in touch. Stay in touch with us. You can send messages, of course, on all our channels, and the YouTube videos are another great thing to do. Watch some of our videos. But in any case, just know that we are here for you. We want you to have the basics today, and then we're going to go forward in the future with a few other things to think about and to keep you busy and occupied and upbeat. And I hope that you're doing okay. I truly do. I'm looking into this phone and I'm just wishing I could really give you all these virtual hugs. But I'm going to just put my hand on my heart. And I'm going to say, look, just hang in there. We're doing okay. It's going to be, be okay. Just we'll get through this together. And I hope this was useful. I hope the resources you saw that we've shared today give you some ideas and just inspire you to stay well. And I'd love to know, are you concerned about this new coronavirus? And what are you doing to protect yourself? Let's share, have a conversation. And again, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for your support and encouragement. And let's keep in touch. We'll talk again very, very soon. Bye-bye for now.